So our All Strategy Access 2021 research continues. On this weekend, we showed you a portfolio setup for 2021 that we're looking at, and we're finalizing that. You can start trading whenever you want if you have the All Strategy Access portfolio. This is through yesterday. The setup that we released yesterday was down 6K yesterday, and so additional adjustments that could be made for this setup. You see right here, it's right at a worst case drawdown. And we're trying to lock into these patterns. And so we've talked about how we showed you the 9 new systems. We also showed you how profit targets work better on Cobra III. So I've added the Cobra III profit target versions to this. So what if we removed those two without the profit target, and you add the profit target version to the All Strategy Access? I'm just typing right in here instead of over here. You know, it's got those formulas, but you can do that when you save it as. I've saved it as 2021 research, so it's a different file name. And you come back here, this increases total profit over drawdown. You're 5K away from a worst case drawdown, and you're back to more of a cyclical drawdown. And you're not adjusting this such that you get rid of all the losing strategies and you say, okay, we have a new setup that's at equity peaks. We're still trading strategies that are in a drawdown, but just a different variation of those. And so if you're down 38.5 out of 43, what else could you do? 75.53 total profit over drawdown. I really don't like these two strategies anymore right here. They've really struggled. Maybe a different variation of them, but if you were to remove those, you don't give up much. You're still 38 out of 43. This goes down from 7,500 to 7,400, and your drawdown curve looks like this. Still pretty cyclical, and so you see it's been at this level many times. That's what I'm saying, and it's pretty uniform. And so those are some of the things you could do. You could change the way some of these other orders, other strategies, the redundancy in the SR CounterTrends, you could potentially remove some. So if you say, for example, remove these 3, the SR CounterTrend II V2 M version, you're at 75.98, and you're at a 36 out of 41 drawdown. A lot of these fire at the same time. So you're not giving up your drawdown. You're still in a position where you could bounce back, and you're limiting your risk. You can limit your risk by number of systems. You can even go down to micros. Let's go down to the E-mini Nasdaq. Let's remove these 3 and see where we go. We go from 75.98 to potentially 76.90. You're in a 36 out of 41 drawdown. So you're trading less strategies, and more is not better. So if you're looking at this from a value perspective of saying I need to trade more strategies, you still have 78 in this portfolio when you have the new strategy. So you're not just completely changing everything. So when you make these adjustments, you add the new strategies, you get rid of some of the SR CounterTrends, you add profit targets to your Cobra III, small adjustment, still in a drawdown, still have room to bounce back, 36.9 out of 41, you're 5K away from a worst case drawdown, and you're down 20K on the month. You can scale back to micros as well, and you see it's been at this level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And so it's pretty uniform. The drawdowns are longer back here. You see the width of the drawdowns are longer in this time frame because some of the strategies we're trading now did not work back then. And so it makes recent performance better from a hypothetical perspective, but we're trying to lock into the current pattern. You see this length of drawdown is a little bit long compared to these, or it's even longer than these, but it's not beyond these. And so the potential for bounce back exists. We're trading strategies that work now and have worked in the past, but there's always a risk of worst case drawdown. So the complete list for this can be seen as you scroll up. Basically what we've done is we have, and this is just a preliminary research still. We're not finalizing our all 77. We're looking at this, taking a long-term look at this between now and the end of the year. We're adding profit targets to the Cobra IIIs. Another thing that you could do is you could add the, you could trade two versions of Cobra III E-mini Nasdaq. I really still love not having a profit target, giving me the potential to hit home runs. And so what if I added one contract here? You get 75, 72. You're at a 41 out of 42 drawdown. Let's look at the equity curve. So yeah, that might be something to look at, is preliminarily trading that one, since it's only $600 loss per trade. But it makes a big difference in the performance towards worst case drawdown. If you remove it, you have a little more cushion to worst case drawdown. If you add it back, you're closer to that worst case drawdown and could potentially see a bigger jump back when it works. So those are the recommended, potentially recommendations that we're looking at for 2021. You're adding profit targets on your Cobra 3s, potentially trading the non-profit target version of Cobra 3 mini Nasdaq. You're removing SR CounterTrend II V2 M ES, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. You're removing SR CounterTrend II M V2 1M, 5M, and 15M on the NQ, and you're keeping everything else the same. You're adding all of these 9 strategies. You're adding VSD right here, and then these 9 new strategies here. And so, or those are 8 strategies. There's 9 when you add the VSD. Not VSD plus these 8 strategies is 9 new strategies. So your total strategy count goes to 78 from 77, and so yeah, that's what we're looking at. So how would this have done during September, October, which were terrible months? Not terrible. November's been terrible, but look at how well it would have done in these months, and all year long. It's really locked in to the current market environment. You have 5-figure months every single month with this new setup. You're down 20K. You have the opportunity to bounce back now, but no guarantees. So the only concern is that we are trading new strategies. So we do have new strategies. They do test well. They're similar to strategies we've had in the past. Some variations of them. So yeah, so that is the only thing you would be concerned about, was if new strategies work. So you could watch it. You can watch these setups as they go forward. You could trade them with micros where possible. It's not possible to do this with every. You can't find a common denominator on the micros because some of these don't have micros. For example, crude oil has the QM, but it would be equivalent to half of a CL and not 1/10. And so the lowest common denominator is different. If you want to trade all these markets, that's why the stock index golden portfolio, which I'll discuss in another video, I have a 24 system set up for that. But this is a potential all 77, all 78 now for 2021.